I'm Jason Klamm, and this is the Comedy on Vinyl podcast. The year is 1977. The album is Let's Get Small. The artist, of course, is Steve Martin, and my guest is Andy Merrill. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thanks.
So we haven't done this album in a while. Why did this one stand out?
Just because it was silly,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always been silly. The album came out when I was 11, so I didn't really hear it until the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My first, real vinyl comedy album was probably Wonderfulness by Phil Collins.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, what are you going to do?
I know. My parents thought, well, he's clean,
Mm-hmm.
and little did they know.
Technically, they were right. I
He
mean,
likes to touch the boobies. And so yeah, that wasn't a big influence, though. My influences were always the Muppets
sure.
and just crazy, off-the-wall crap like that. But yeah, Steve Martin was a pretty big influence, just because there was nothing like that. You know, it was all just kind of joke up until then, and he kind of broke that mold. I was kind of a musical kid too. I started playing ukulele when I was 9 because that's what Santa brought me, and
That's awesome.
So to hear somebody play the banjo like he did, and that was always great. I have his last album. I found it at Amoeba.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Steve Martin.
The Steve Martin Brothers. Yeah, I've never heard that one. I think it's the one I have not heard yet.
The first half is the first side of the album is comedy. The second side is all banjo. And
Okay.
I don't know if you have The Crow. That was his first bluegrass album with this Steep Canyon Ranchers.
Mm-hmm.
A few of those songs that he played on that ended up on that album.
Oh, okay.
And that was actually the tour I went to see Steve Martin.
That's awesome.
And I kind of had doubts at first because I thought, it's going to be serious Steve Martin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he was very funny, and he did King Tut at the end.
Of course.
I know that was on Wild and Crazy Guy, but
Sure.
I just like the first album because it's just raw and I always like the grandma song.
I know. Oh my God. If for no other reason than to make you grab a dictionary when you're a kid, it's just so
Obsequious, purple, and clairvoyant.
And that's the thing too. Is there's not a lot of stand-ups outside of quote unquote family safe stand-ups that kids are gonna listen to or feel they can relate to. I feel like Steve Martin might be the one who, just because it's so insane. Even though he says a couple dirty things.
A couple,
Not
yeah,
much.
but
Tits maybe is the worst thing he said.
no, he said it was even that first album. It was many people come to me and they say, "Hey, Steve
right.
Martin, how can you be so fucking funny?" But he doesn't say it like fucking. It's
It's
kind of under his breath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the second I said that, I'm like, oh, yep, you're right. He does kind of open it that way,
Like on
doesn't he?
Throbbing Python of Love, where Robin Williams jokes about how men talk about their but they don't really say the word.
Right. Do you have well, first of all, how'd you first hear it? Was it from friends or family?
I think I first heard it when I got it on my own.
Okay.
I first heard Wild and Crazy Guy at my friend. Well, he's my brother's friend, but he was my friend too. We all went to church together, but it was at his house, and he had Wild and Crazy Guy, and that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. Mm-hmm. And so it really wasn't until maybe high school that I bought the. I thought, wow, he's got other albums, so I got Let's Get Small.
Yeah.
And that was it was fun to hear that originality and all of that.
And there's no, I mean, not to even criticize Wild and Crazy Guy, but there's no this is not. It's successful Steve Martin, but it's not. Hey, I've got a bit that I can do on SNL and turn it into an album.
It's in a smaller club.
Yeah.
That's another thing. He's playing to a smaller club and just just joking about how it was $4 to get in, and yeah, it's just seemed a little more intimate. I loved. I didn't see it until college. I don't think it was released until I was in college. That Steve Martin live videotape.
Oh yeah.
And I searched for years for it because I couldn't find it, and finally, like a couple years ago, they released it on DVD with a bunch of his old TV specials.
Oh yeah. And I've only seen clips of it on YouTube. Does it have?
It's brilliant. It's like the very first. It's basically you're watching the Wild and Crazy Guy.
Like a concert.
Yeah, concert.
Okay.
Before that, he has. Who else does he have? He does like a video segment before, with a question and answer period in his house with Henny Youngman, David Letterman, Paul Simon.
Holy shit!
I think Alan King, maybe.
That's awesome.
It's really funny. And they also, before that part, they showed his short film.
Oh, okay.
Which I can't remember the name of right now. The something about the something waiter.
Mm-hmm.
With Terry Garr and
I know I've heard of it. I've never seen that either. Shit, I need to watch this special then.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite track off of this album?
Like the Grandma song.
The Grandma song.
Probably.
Can you play it? Did you ever sit down and learn to play it?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard it, I used to try and play it on the ukulele, and then I figured it out and played it a lot. I also like the smoking one.
Oh, yeah.
You mind if I fart?
Did you? So it sounds like then you did share this probably with plenty of friends. Like this was just the right time for.
Yeah, like in college, I used to. Over the summer, it's funny, I would make audio tapes for my friends. And they weren't mixtapes, they were just me talking. And I don't even want to hear them now because I probably sound like a douche. But I would send them like tracks off of that album.
That's so good. You would DJ a personal comedy.
I would DJ personal comedy.
That's so good.
Put songs on it and stuff. Put sappy songs. I miss you. I wish we were back in school.
That's awesome.
I don't even want to hear them. I'm sure my friend Wally has a couple doozies.
Those are going to end up online at some point.
No, I trust Wally.
Okay. All right. As long as you can trust him. So, for a little perspective, like, I mean, 1977, it's kind of crazy that this stands out because it's the year of Star Wars.
And it's funny, I didn't
Grammy.
wear this shirt on purpose.
I know. That's what was making me think about it.
That was, we came out here to California to visit my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Ohio, and my cousin was the greatest person in the world because she worked at a concessions at Disneyland, so we got in free and we didn't have to do the ticket thing. So yeah, that was a big year. We always went on vacation and went on big trips. So California was the biggest trip so far. We went out west, got our cowboy hats. And anyway,
I love it.
I'm off subject.
It's all right. Did your parents? But that on the subject though, did your parents play comedy for you, for your family, or
no? No. My dad was always very funny. Mm-hmm. My mom was goofy, but my dad was always very, very funny. But no, we never listened to comedy albums. I think in junior high school, my friend Chris had all these Smothers Brothers and Bill Cosby albums and stuff, and we used to listen to those all the time. I
Yeah.
loved the Smothers Brothers, and Steve Martin used to write for them
Right.
back in the day. So, yeah, that was really my only exposure to comedy albums.
Mm-hmm.
But once I was able to buy albums myself,
Mm-hmm.
it was like I couldn't get enough of it.
Of course. And that's a good time where you... I have to assume, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, if you're making mixtapes not like you say, these very custom... I love the idea that you made those. I'm sorry, it's like kind of blowing my mind that you made these tapes. Did you start making your own comedy recordings at all?
Well, I did. My family started a puppet ministry in our church when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
And so I would always do bits with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And we would always ad lib. So I kind of learned improv kind of through that.
Yeah.
We were when I was in elementary school. At the end, I went to this Christian academy.
Uh-huh.
And they would have different They would have a competition of different schools, and one part of the competition was like puppetry. And my brother and I would just blow the shit out of everybody else because everybody else would like put a puppet on their hand
Of
and
course.
give the salvation sermon, and my brother and I would actually go in prepared and have like an actual funny skit
That's awesome.
that we would do.
Was it religious? Did you have to integrate that?
For that,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the whole puppet ministry, that was religious.
That's so
but we would
interesting.
always start, whenever we did like different churches or performances or something
Mhm.
like that, we would always start with a bit that was not... Well, when my brother and I did it, it
Mhm.
was... My mom would kind of write out what she wanted
Okay.
us to do. But once my brother went to college and it was just me and my
Mhm.
mom being the straight person, I would go to her and say, I don't want you to write anything anymore.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't like, you suck.
Yeah,
It was basically, I just want to shoot from the hip and
That's so good.
and do that. And so that's where I really kind of learned comedy. And
That's crazy. To learn comedy, though.
and then I later did that on Cartoon Network. We did a kids Friday nights. We would do a kids block of programming,
Mhm.
and I used one of my old puppets,
Really?
and he was like a truck driver. And when the kids weren't in the studio, he was a lot more randy. I think a couple times we were doing mic checks and the audio was on in the in the parents' green room.
Oh no!
And they would just hear me go 1, 2, 3, motherfucker, stuff like that. So that wasn't good, but
But I love the idea. Like, first of all, you don't often hear "I learned improv in church," or doing that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And also, like, talk about staying on point for comedy, because a lot of people learn the freeform part of comedy before they learn like keeping on theme or like really getting for lack of a better term, a message across. But like sticking with the theme of the whole thing, like that makes you a stronger comedy writer. Like if your theme is I've got this religious story or this religious thing but I've got to do it in a funny way, that kind of keeps you.
well, a lot of our stuff was pre-recorded, and it was done by a company in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
and they had pretty good writers. They would do Bible stories, but they were funny, and they would have like major kind of cartoon actors at the time
Oh, wow.
do voices.
Okay.
So, it was done professionally,
Sure.
but ours was always just a lead up to,
Okay.
kind of a variety bit.
Sure.
But so, yeah, I mean, we're getting off the topic of the album, but
That happens.
Jim Henson, Bob Jim Henson, Frank Oz, all of them. Those were big. Like Muppet Show. I would say the Muppet Show is one of the single most influential things. But I never had a Muppet album. Well, my grandma gave me the John Denver Muppet Christmas album.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a full representation of what the Muppet Show was.
Did you eventually ever listen to the Muppet Show albums that they made? They made 2 of them.
I didn't hear them until a guy I was working with at Cartoon had it, and I listened to it, and it had the stuff I wanted to listen to off the show, like the rhyming song. I always thought was brilliant, and Mana I actually did on Cartoon Planet, and I don't know how we got away with it.
Really?
But that was like one of the first bits on Cartoon Planet that we did, was Brak just going Mana Mana, and I don't know how we got away with that.
That's
we
crazy.
I also did the song that never ends.
Yeah. From Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop.
Yeah, and I always joked, and this is true, the only person that profited besides Cartoon Network on one of the Brak albums, Cartoon Planet albums, was Sherry Lewis. That's because they had to give her a few cents per album sold.
That's
because
great.
of that.
Also as Brak, I'm assuming you did that song as Brak too?
I did that song as Brak, yeah.
It is so perfect. Oh my gosh, that's the puppet show thing is like just begging so many, because like honestly, like if I think back, like I feel like the Muppets were probably one of the bigger influences too, as much as like I might have listened to Steve Martin and loved Steve Martin, but he, I mean, if there's a human Muppet, he might have been it at the time.
He was, and you know what, the thing about Steve Martin and the Muppet Show was that was the only episode where they kind of broke the normal thread of what the show normally is. It was like the audience couldn't show up.
Oh, okay.
And so Steve was just there to entertain the Muppets.
That's freaking great.
I just remembered I don't know what I did, but I was grounded once. And I don't know, my mom was out somewhere, but the only time I was let out of my room is my dad would let me come out of my room to see the Muppet Show. And then I wasn't grounded for the rest of the week for some reason. It was like forgotten.
That's so perfect. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I mean, being denied that would be terrible.
It was a new episode.
Of course. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if I've ever seen the Steve Martin episode, actually, now that I...
You should.
Yeah, that sounds friggin' amazing.
It's on the second season set. The season Don Knotts was on.
Don Knotts was on that season, too? Holy shit. What was he doing? That's fantastic.
It's probably shortly after his failed variety show, because everybody had a variety show.
Okay, see, now this is that's blowing my mind too.
I think he had a variety show. I always loved Don Knotts too. Just his movies were. I don't know why Andy Griffith. I know he didn't want to be typecast with Don Knotts, but I don't know why they never did a movie together after the Andy Griffith show, because it would have been so great.
Absolutely.
Because all of Don Knotts' movies were written by the Andy Griffith writers.
Right. That's a good point. Like they were a wonderful team, but
here's a little bit of trivia.
Okay.
The guy who replaced Don Knotts on the Andy Griffith show, the crappy nephew of Floyd Warren, he wrote for the Muppet Show.
Really? That's interesting.
I think. Let me look at IMDb.
All right. The one thing we talked about last time we did the show, just briefly, because I was speaking with a musician at the time, musician and comedian, Brendan Small. We talked a bit about Ramblin' Man, because just like there's so much really like legit good playing on here, even though Steve Martin would always play down, I'm not a musician, I'm not that great, I am whatever.
His whole thing about I'd like to talk about politics now, but first a little Foggy Mountain Breakdown. That was about Nixon. Do Foggy Mountain. Yeah, that was...
I think I think I probably talked about this every time we talked about this album, but One Way to Leave Your Lover is my favorite, only because I don't know, that thing still catches me by surprise sometimes, where she's gonna go, his girlfriend's drunk, and I wanted to take her keys, she wouldn't let me, so I shot her.
Oh yeah.
It's so stupid and so needlessly dark and cruel, but I love it. Because you don't expect that to come out of him, because he's so kind of childish and silly.
And there's a little, kind of maybe... Listening to it today, there was a couple things where I just thought, well, that wouldn't be acceptable today.
Right.
Like the homosexual jokes.
Oh, yeah, right.
And there's one, is the American Indian.
Oh, yeah,
made for today's audience, and you would always just put in whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, that's right. Also, the Vegas bit. The Vegas bit is always fantastic to me, only because he's just compressing this whole experience into this weird single sort of soundscape that he's doing.
Yeah,
barely saying a word, which is what actually not entirely dissimilar to Brak, because I guess I should just point out to people, I mean, you wrote for Space Ghost, you're the voice of Brak, among other things. Yeah, one of my favorite characters on TV ever. And yeah, just sort of that kind of nonsensical rambling. It's a little hard. You did mention quick in an email, or maybe not in an email, but on Facebook, that you realize that Roger Miller might be a little bit of an influence on Brak.
I didn't realize that until I liked Roger Miller as a kid,
yeah.
And then I didn't realize that until after doing a few songs for Cartoon Planet, and then listening to Dang Me and the other songs like that, I thought, wow, that's very similar. And driving cross country last October to come and live here, I just I was going by a Route 66, and there was the Roger Miller Museum.
There's a Roger Miller Museum on Route 66.
Somewhere in Oklahoma.
Awesome.
Yeah. And they had this original ashtray or something where he got the idea to do King of the Road.
I love it. That's fantastic. There's an ashtray, an inspirational ashtray. That is friggin' fantastic. That's actually one thing. In any road trip or travel I've ever been on, I don't think I've ever seen one of those type. You'll see them for musicians, but not for comedians that I can think of. I feel like it would be great to go to some comedian's hometown.
You know what? I never went to, and I didn't know this until I was about to leave Georgia, but there was a Laurel and Hardy museum.
Shit, really?
Out an hour outside of Atlanta.
Really?
Where it was where Oliver Hardy grew up.
Okay.
So.
I guess that makes sense. I always keep. That's so funny. That's way more exciting than what I've done, which is go to people's grave sites. It's a lot sadder. A lot sadder. Although
I'm sure he's probably buried there too.
The steps are in Silver Lake. At least I've been to those. That's kind of fun. The piano mover, the piano steps. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's another. Let's see. So we got Ramblin' Man, which is the first track.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
to where we were.
Yes.
The guy's name was Jack Burns.
Oh, I know that name. I do know that name.
Yeah, he was Warren on the Andy Griffith Show.
And he did write for the Muppet Show.
For Muppets, Muppet Movie.
And the Muppet Movie. Okay,
it's
there we
Gary
go.
Shandling's show.
Wow. That's a
blast from the 90s.
Yeah, but that's crazy to write for. That's a disparate set of things to be writing for the Muppets.
And then writing a long time now.
Yeah. Just a very surreal set of things after doing something as kind of pretty standard issue like the Andy Griffith Show. I mean, acting on the Andy Griffith
Show. Well, he also
show.
wrote for some cartoons too. He wrote
Mhm.
for Wait Till Your Father Gets Home and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. Anyway, sorry.
No. It's absolutely fine. Wait, that's how the first episode with anybody always goes. We go all these different influences. You know? Have you ever noticed like a specific thing about maybe Steve Martin's comedy creeping in, or is it just the silliness in general that you notice? Because I mean, you've made a career out of getting to be silly, but I'm just curious if there's any specific thing other than also being musical, because Brak's got so many songs.
Well, we before I left Cartoon Network, there was the 20th anniversary,
Right.
and they wanted to bring back Cartoon Planet for
Okay.
a limited time just to celebrate the 20th anniversary. So I did a bunch of new bits between Brak and Zorak,
Mm-hmm.
and not Space Ghost because we couldn't afford.
Oh shit. That's ridiculous.
We had such a crappy little budget, but so that's why Space Ghost isn't part of it. But Space Ghost is there for a split second when I had my daughter be Brak and Zorak clones, so I had her be Space Ghost too.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I did a lot. Unfortunately, I couldn't use the music guy that we use in Cartoon Planet because he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Eddie Horst was really great.
Mm-hmm.
He had, I don't want to bring the show down, but he was depressed. He had clinical depression and ended up killing himself, which is very, very sad. I was very sad. Anyway, I'm still very sad. But anyway, I did my own music this time around. So I had my ukulele. I would just make it up in the studio. So that kind of crazy, silly, dumb songs were kind of ingrained in me.
Yeah. It's actually kind of interesting because I feel like, I mean, I guess you can make a ukulele sound plaintive and sad, but if you're going to pick two happy instruments, the banjo and the ukulele would be the two I would probably think of first.
Yeah, and I couldn't play the banjo because I just didn't. I didn't want to learn how to move both my hands at differently.
I was talking to somebody the other day about a
It's
banjolele,
easy
which
to
I'd
go
never heard
plunky
of.
plunk, huh?
Right. I was one guest the other day. He has played the banjolele, which I had never heard of.
I have one of
before in my
those
life.
too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it simpler to play than? Is it?
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah, I have a small one. I've got a concert uke that I would. I tried stand up a few years ago, and I had my ukulele. And I didn't really tell jokes. So I think the audience most of the time was just dumbfounded. And I stopped doing it just because after a while I just couldn't keep it up.
Yeah.
Because I just thought I would go out on stage ready to do stuff, and I would be holding my ukulele, and I would just stand there holding it, and I would just, my whole mind would just go,
Oh, no. I guess it's different when you're doing a cartoon. You get to put so much work into it, and then you don't have immediate audience response. Some people love and need immediate audience response. Or do you? I mean,
I do, and the funny thing is that, and I thought I could handle stand-up because I had done a bunch of panels at different conventions and stuff. And at those places, you have the audience in the palm of your hand because they've come to see you do your thing, do your little monkey dance. And I would hold off doing Brak until someone would ask a question. Can you say something as Brak? And I would just say, what do you want me to say? And the whole audience would go, Grah!
Of course they would.
But then it's so different from getting up in front of 80 people and them not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
So you try and do some of that same stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
Um,
And especially if you're coming out with a ukulele, they don't know what to expect.
Well,
Right.
I would do a Randy Newman impression.
With the ukulele,
Yeah, I would just strum the ukulele, and then I would start playing "You Got a Friend in Me." When the woe gets rough ahead, I would do that, and then I would do people that Randy Newman confused me because his singing voice was different from his speaking voice.
Yeah, drastically so.
Because when he would go up for the Oscar, he would just go, I want to thank everybody for this. But really, you wanted him to just go out like, I am the winner! Just be this mentally challenged man coming out. And I did a Bill Cosby bit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the comics, I would just do open mics. So a lot of the comics would be like, wow, Bill Cosby, you really pulled that from millions of years ago. And I'm thinking, yeah, but what do you say now?
Yeah, right.
It was basically a joke about Bill Cosby having sex with his wife and her getting diarrhea. And it all ended up to have a chocolate pudding punchline.
Of course it did. Of course.
But it was about Camille. It wasn't about the other ladies. It wasn't about his deviance.
Right. Shit. Did you draw from anybody that you, maybe Steve Martin, but did you draw from anybody specific when you're doing stand-up, or was it all you? Was it all just like, I'm trying a new thing, and...
It was all just, trying new stuff. And
Yep.
I would take out a bit that would bomb and
Mhm.
try and make it up that night. And that's when I would really start bombing.
Okay.
Um,
Nobody has to bomb when they're trying new shit, though, like that. I mean, that...
no, but it's hard. It's hard. Because even just a second of silence seems
Right.
like forever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part about doing stand-up, if you're sensitive, is like you need that constant feedback from the audience. And if you say something, and even if it's like a split second where there's just nothing, you're like, that's when my mind panics, It's like, I don't have feedback.
I would be the same. That's why I've never done it. Like, I don't think I could handle that. What I could handle is if I was as famous as... Honestly, I think if you listen to this, there's probably rare moments of silence at all. Or if they are there, he knows how to eat them up. Like, he knows how
Right.
to,
Yeah.
Like, listening to that... obviously, it's confidence in you. Have you read Born Standing Up?
Not yet.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I waited too long to read it. I'm like, oh, God, this is the best fucking
Yeah, I
book.
need to read it.
So brilliant. But, like, just to read that guy ever had zero confidence, too, and how much he bombed and how poorly he bombed, and the fact that, again, I don't know how you stick through it doing
Well,
stand-up.
I'm sure, because it was such a different type of comedy.
Yeah.
If you're going to go up, against, I don't know, Red Fox or, Don Rickles or anybody like that at the time, it's like, who the hell is this guy? But, I mean, even, I wonder how much, like Robin Williams, I can't believe how he does. I can't understand how he does any of that.
I know.
Just to go out on stage, and I'm sure he had words written down.
Right.
My writing professor in college was there temporarily, and she was a writer on Mork and Mindy.
Awesome.
She she was a regular on the Billy Crystal Comedy Hour.
Mm-hmm.
And she also worked with Paul Rubens. She was in the original Pee Wee Herman special that was
The
on
HBO one?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She was Mrs. Jelly Roll.
Wow.
Monica Ganis is her name.
Uh-huh.
So she was very influential as a teacher, because she always encouraged us to write comedy because it was harder.
Yeah.
But just listening to her talk about Mork and Mindy, how they would just write Robin Williams line and really not really write too much for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just so improvisational.
That's insane.
Crazy, and yeah.
The only time, like, I won't say it's the only time I've heard it, but like I know I've read, going back through biographies of guys like Phil Silvers. Like, I mean, he had this play called Top Banana, and I remember hearing Rose Marie, who was in like one of the original productions of it, say like there would be just whole chunks of the script where Phil does funny bit here, like that was a thing is built into these guys. And Robin Williams didn't even come out of vaudeville; he came out of just like. It felt like this survival instinct that poured out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was like a controlled panic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I went to see him years later. I went to see him in at the Fox Theater in Atlanta.
Awesome.
And it was still kind of that controlled panic, like he's falling off a cliff, but everything he does to prevent himself from falling off the cliff is hilarious.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
That's the other thing too. Is like if you
where did you see the Phil Silvers book?
The that bit about Top Banana was in high school. I was obsessed with Phil Silvers, and A&E did a biography.
Because I was obsessed with Sid Caesar.
Okay.
And he came out with a book right at the end of high school, and
Is just his autobiography? Because
Yeah.
I think I read that a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So good, like so honest about his drinking and all that shit. But like those stories, fucking fantastic.
Another great book, Soupy Says.
I've never read
Soupy
anything about it.
Sales.
I have one of his albums, but I've never read his. That's awesome. Okay.
My dad was a big fan of Soupy Sales.
Okay.
So, and I didn't get to really see Soupy Sales.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw him as a kid because he was always hosting like
Sure.
kids shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But his actual black and white show, Lunch with Soupy,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, that was always... When I first saw that, the black and white episodes, it was just amazing to me because he just didn't have anything. It's like, I'm going to go do this bit. And it was just like nothing was written on that show. It was like, I'm just going to go out and wing it. I got my buddies here.
It was early TV though, right?
Early.
Yeah.
Like late 50s, early 60s, something like that.
Right.
But I finally found, we used to have a TV host, Flippo the Clown, in Columbus, and he would show movies from 4 to 6. This was before cable. And I would come home after school and see Flippo the Clown. And he used to show Birds Do It, which was a Soupy Sales movie.
Oh, okay.
And I finally found it and showed it to my daughter about a year ago, and it was like not that funny.
Oh no.
Because it was all scripted.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's why it hasn't been on DVD forever.
That's the other thing too is like just that magic of improv. I feel I don't know. Like,
you can't script people like that.
Sure, no, exactly right.
Like,
yeah.
CPO Sharkey has its moments, but you can't script Don Rickles.
Right.
Don Rickles and Steve Lawrence had that blooper show in the 80s. And it was never really as good as what it could have been if they would have just let them not write a script for them.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see footage, and I have. It's on YouTube somewhere, but there's footage of laugh-in outtakes that are a whole lot funnier than the show.
Yeah.
Because all of those people were very talented. It's just they were restricted by the TV rules of the day. And that's
over
scripted and
for
terrible.
sure. And that's that's one thing. Like I can never tell about Steve Martin either. Though is like if I want to know what kind of. I've never seen him live. I mean, have you? Did you? I'm sorry. Did we? Did
Yeah,
we say you saw him live?
I saw him. I saw him at Chastain Park in Atlanta for the Crow tour.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. I think you mentioned that. And did he have? I mean, were there?
He just had that stage presence that was. I mean, he was serious, but there were a lot of funny moments just because he's a funny person.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was still Steve Martin. I wasn't disappointed.
Sure.
By the performance.
On October 21st, 2015, Stolen Dress Entertainment, in conjunction with Team Fox, brings you the Million McFly March. Fans of the Back to the Future franchise will gather, dressed as Marty McFly, to participate in the largest gathering of Marty McFlys in history and celebrate the Back to the Future films while also raising money for Parkinson's research through Team Fox. More details about the event, as well as links to donate and RSVP for the event, can be found at millionmcflymarch.com.
From what I've heard, and not just in Born Standing Up, but there is this companion album that came out. It's a companion to Wild and Crazy Guy. It's a whole LP that's just an interview, basically like a podcast style, like just very laid back interview of him about his style and about how he put together Wild and Crazy Guy. And it doesn't sound like he couldn't improvise, but he sounds like he's very dependent on that material. Like he was word for word, like would cut a word if it didn't work, change the word, just one word if it didn't work. And it just shocks me because he feels like such a natural goofball. You don't assume that he would be so tight.
Yeah.
At least I don't.
Well, it was all planned. With the Wild and Crazy Guy album, I remember it had an autographed picture of him. It says "Best Fishes, Steve Martin." On the back is his set list that he hand wrote.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Which was really interesting. I wish I could remember it, but it's just fascinating to see what went into his bits, and they were all masterfully written, much like his stuff on SNL and all that. But you know what? I just remembered I was kind of wrong about my dad sharing comedy with us. It wasn't a comedy album; it was the show.
Okay.
We would watch Monty Python with my dad.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
And that was always. Even the dirty stuff. Mm-hmm. This was before you could change the channel really quickly. I showed my daughter Holy Grail, and the best part about it being on DVD is I could skip the whole Sir Galahad the Chaste part.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Yeah, that's the one part you might have to. What's oral sex mean? Yep, no thanks. No thanks. That whole bit, yeah. That's fucking funny.
But yeah, I had that was another. I had a bunch of Python albums.
Yeah,
Matching Tie and Handkerchief,
sure.
Another Monty Python album. And
did you ever hear the one that was taken directly from just their first album? Because I own it, but I have not heard it. And I realized that the other day.
Which one is that?
It's I'd have to look up the track.
Is it the one that has the argument clinic and stuff like that?
That might be on there.
Oh, I think it's on my.
Yeah, I feel like a dumbass because I own all these albums, and that's their first one I've never actually listened to. I own it, and I.
Okay, there is the albums. Another Monty Python album, and then there's the Instant Monty Python.
That one's a good
collection.
One too. That's the one that folds out into a fake record collection.
Yeah. The
really
album of the soundtrack of the movie.
We did that one a couple months ago. Have you heard that album?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so brilliant.
I have it right here.
That one's so brilliant.
Monty Python's previous record. Is that their first one?
It's quite possible. It's quite... The one that I'm thinking of it's just the foot, and there's some landscape, and it says Monty Python something or other. I really wish I knew that. People are going to write in very quickly about this one.
No, I had Matching Tie and Handkerchief. That
Yeah.
was my first real
That one's fantastic.
Python album.
It's a really tight album. I love that your dad showed you that stuff, even considering that might not necessarily be what he would normally show you. But I mean, it's not like all that filthy.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
no, it's
boobs.
not.
There's some boobs here and there, and maybe a couple slightly dirty words.
Yeah. And Terry Jones' butt as he's playing the organ.
Oh God.
Okay, what? My friend Wally and I in high school always listened to Dr. Demento, and we were big fans of Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
I actually met him at Comic-Con once.
Oh
I
God.
was just petrified.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just walked up behind him, and I was gonna tap on his shoulder gingerly, and I just tapped on his shoulder and said, "Ow."
That's what I did.
And he turned around, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Andy Merrill," and I didn't say anything after that. He was like, "Oh wow, there's a Brak," and I thought, I don't know. I think I might have peed my pants.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'd fucking do that too. That's so good.
And you know what I hear constantly out of my daughter's room now is Alan Sherman.
What?
I put Alan Sherman on her listening device, and she just listens to Alan Sherman
That's awesome.
all the time.
See, that's so good. You know, actually, honestly, we've never done an Alan Sherman album on this show, which
Really?
is weird. Nobody's requested it, except for recently. Two guys picked the exact same album. I don't know. One of those guys is the voice of Teddy Ruxpin, and that is why I sought him out for the show. Turns out he's a cantor in the Valley, and he really likes Alan Sherman, so we're going to be talking.
I love Alan Sherman.
He's great.
Yeah.
That is amazing that your daughter's listening to that, though.
What is it? It's just all of the references to just stuff in the 60s, but she's still singing with it.
Of course.
Oh boy, Sophia Loren. Oh boy, Chief Justice Warren. She doesn't know anything.
Not a bit,
about.
but those are those things that you go back when you're older and like, what the fuck did that mean? Or, oh, now I know that reference. Those things are so good. I love having those kind of reference points. I feel like I'm still doing that with some of my comedy.
Another friend of mine, who I love his comedy. He's my wife's favorite comedian, Dana Gould. I love his albums.
God, he's brilliant.
I've seen Dame Edna twice in concert.
Oh my God, I would love that.
She's wonderful.
I think she just did like a farewell show or something. If
She
I'm not
did.
mistaken.
It was. Yeah. That's the one we went to.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
She's getting up there in years.
Sure.
Barry Humphries.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, he's like 80.
Shit. Okay.
Something.
There you go.
He wasn't as flowing and moved across the stage that much this time.
Right.
Because I saw him about 7 years ago, maybe in Atlanta. That was fantastic.
I bet.
I just love that he does his homework. That's another thing. I love when a comic does their homework and fits their show directly to the audience.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work, but I mean, I feel like you actually get more material out of that kind of thing.
It's the same type of jokes, but he won't just say, "Oh, I'm so confused in Atlanta because of all the Peachtree streets." There's more to it than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There are you can do some real easy cut and paste, but if you put that personality into it, you can make some real good.
Yeah, I mean, if you
humor.
really do your research, it's a lot funnier and a lot more. You seem like more of a human.
That's true. Which is funny to say, since we're picking. I feel like this album is Steve Martin trying.
I feel
to
like
not
we
be human.
hardly talked
That
about this
happens
album.
every time on the first episode because we didn't track by track it, which is like maybe my fault because we had so many different things to talk about.
Well, that's all right.
Is there another track on that list that would be of interest to talk about?
Smoking one.
Smoking, yeah.
I gotta take up. I'm not getting enough tar. And there was something added on. I can't remember. never mind. There's just little things on there.
Yeah.
It's not the direct track. It's like stuff like, some people came backstage and asked me if I'm into S&M or if I was bi. I said, I can't remember that one now.
Yeah.
Are you bi? And I'm like,
shit. No, I know now.
They asked me if I was into S&M, and I thought, well, great,
Spaniards and Mexicans. That's right. Yep. Yeah, bi. Do you think they're saying bilingual? Yeah, that's right.
Vegas. Vegas is one of my favorites.
Me too. Yeah.
When he's doing Johnny Duke, the Vegas performer.
Mm-hmm. Sammy Davis Jr., personal friend of mine. That is one of my favorite fucking bits. That was something my mom always used to say.
Couple of gambling jokes for you.
Like he doesn't even.
It's impossible.
To shove a Cadillac
The cat
up your nose.
likes it.
The cat loves it.
There's another cat.
Look at all the tits. How many tits up there? 53 tits up.
That one woman in the audience yelled, "I want to buy your pants." So how much do you think these pants are? He said, "You can have my." No, wait. I'm sorry. That's Robin Williams. I'm getting it mixed up. No, that's from shoot. Now I feel stupid. That was Throbbing Python of Love.
Oh, okay.
He said, "You can have these pants if I can have your tits."
See, I feel like I have not heard that album, so I feel like we need to do that one on this show at some point. But,
well, it's got the Elmer Fudd singing Bruce
right.
Springsteen.
Maybe then I have. That might have been something my parents were not supposed to.
It's got a picture of him as a child on the front. Your parents would never let you listen to that album.
They would have. That's the problem. My parents let
They
me
probably
listen to a
thought,
lot
it's
of dumb
Bork.
shit. Yeah, that's basically it. Well, they made
And
me.
I think that probably shocked a lot of parents.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they would let. I mean, my parents were cool as long as the movie wasn't violent. Tits, sex, were okay. Watched a lot of Trading Places as a kid. There's a lot of tits in that movie.
This was my first R-rated movie. Was
Trading Places was?
No, it was.
Oh,
it was. Well, the first one my parents knew about was was Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh God!
But I went with my friend Eric Dupler to see Star 80.
Mm-hmm. Oh Jesus! I just realized something. Was the friend you grew up with Wally? I have to assume that's the same Wally that Brak refers to. I'm guessing.
It is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I've always referred to Wally because that's basically where the Brak voice came from.
Yeah.
It was just him and I in high school just doing our stupid voice to one another.
That's so good. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's bizarre. And that's what we would say to one another. And so that's kind of where it came out. Well, for the original Brak voice was the Brak voice that everybody knows.
Yeah.
That one was out of necessity.
Okay.
And that one was the Wally one. But the first one, the very first Space Ghost episode that we did was like a Christmas episode. And we did the 12 Days of Christmas with the villains. And Brak was Partridge in a Pear Tree, and his line was not that. It was just, "Hi, my name is Brak." And so Brak's voice was like this for the first 2 years or so. And then once we started doing Cartoon Planet, I had to do something else because standing there screaming into a microphone only lasted like 15 or 20 minutes.
Good. I always like to ask people towards the end if you're going to recommend this album to somebody. Let's say your daughter's old enough to listen to this. Why would you tell her to listen to this album? Anybody. Let's say they haven't heard.
I've
Steve
shown
Martin.
her some tracks on this album.
Have you? Okay.
Like a Rambling Guy and stuff that she can listen to.
Yeah.
I would just. And like Alan Sherman, I just show her different tracks that I love that are really funny.
Yeah.
Another mistake I made was to put the spam bit on her phone. Because she tends to listen to things over and over again, over and over and over and over and over. So for, I don't know, like an hour and a half one day earlier this summer, I just hear spam, 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 and it's like it's going. It's like it's like he's saying spam for the whole hour and a half.
Oh my god, that's friggin' fantastic.
So I don't know. I never really recommend stuff to people, but I'll like force them to listen to it.
Well, if you're
like
gonna
if I
force
think
somebody
something's funny,
Yeah.
I'll just play it. Like when I was working in Atlanta, I would just play it in my office, like Dick 2-Ton Baker singing "I'm a Little Weenie." I'm a little weenie looking for a bun, just a teeny weeny itty bitty one.
Oh my god.
If I keep a cooking, I'll be overdone. Pickle and onion, hot dog.
Holy shit.
In the pot of boiling, getting soaking wet. Hope they know I'm in here. Hope they don't forget. I'm a little Frankfurt waiting to be at.
Of course.
Pickle and onion, hot dog. Dick 2-Ton Baker.
Oh, that's fantastic. I feel like that's maybe instead of recommend, then Andy Merrill is forcing you to listen to this album. Let's just say
I
that.
just forced you to listen to
and that too.
I'm a Little Weenie.
I feel like I should play that at the end of this episode. I always throw clips in. I should just put that in at the end.
My favorite of his, though, is "In Heaven There Is No Beer." It's a German song.
Yeah, I know that song. Okay, so it's that guy. All right. I'm surprised I haven't heard the other song.
I'm a Little Weenie.
Ridiculous. I love it. It's fucking fantastic. I mean, that's like I'm surprised I didn't hear. Like that sounds like something my grandmother would have maybe.
I'm a little weenie.
My grandma was a prude, but
Dick 2-Ton Baker.
Dick 2-Ton Baker.
I don't think you can buy any albums, but it's on the internet somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure one of these days I will find something sitting around. I find the weirdest shit. I have a Maury Amsterdam album of all things.
I saw that.
It's good. I mean, it's interesting. Like
I have a couple Don Rickles albums. Hey Dummy.
That's the one I have. Yeah.
So on PC.
Of course. Of course.
I saw Rickles.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw in the early '90s. I saw Frank Sinatra. And Don Rickles opened for him.
Of course.
And
okay,
how
that's
can
awesome.
you not buy that ticket?
No, of course. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Rickles was just, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I love Don Rickles, but just to see him on stage, it was like electrifying. And that alone would have been satisfying. But being in the same room with Frank Sinatra, that was...
Did Sinatra do any, like, not necessarily comedy bits, but like talky bits between the songs a lot, or no?
Not much, because
No.
he was,
Getting
that was towards, that was
Yeah.
his second to last tour.
Yeah, I was always wondering if it was more like, nope, here's my song, let's do this, get it over with. I could never, because I obviously never saw the man
I saw
live.
Jerry Lewis.
Really?
Uh-huh. That's
Was
another
that-
album I have. It's like a collection of Jerry Lewis songs.
I've never seen that.
It's a Columbia yeah, it was like his greatest hits. And it has They Go Wild, Simply Wild Over Me. And I saw him in concert, and my dad always hated Jerry Lewis because he always seemed like he was such a dick, in real life.
Right.
I mean, we loved his movie. Flippo would like show Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis movies all the time, and we loved like You're Never Too Old and those movies, and we just thought Jerry Lewis was so funny, and my dad would never watch him with us because he just hated Jerry Lewis. So it sucked. The concert sucked. It was just him showing clips of his movies and telling the most stupid. He was like, I love to tell stupid jokes, just dumb jokes, and they were truly dumb jokes that weren't funny at all. But my girlfriend at the time and I waited in the back to get his autograph, and I had that album with me, and there were 6 of us waiting for him in the back. He walked out of the building, looked at us, and said, howdy, y'all. And then he walked up the stairs. And I thought, there's fucking 6 of us.
Right.
You could at least be cordial. And as he was walking up the stairs, I don't know why I stopped myself, but I was going to yell, "My dad was right about you!" Stupid Jerry Lewis.
Do you have anything you want to promote? Do you have anything you want to promote or tell people where to find you online?
No. Not really doing anything at the moment.
What about on Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter, it's I don't really write that much on Twitter.
Okay.
But when I do,
Mm-hmm.
that is the social network that I prefer.
Sure.
When my when my mom's not on it. It's at Andy Merrill 2, I think, because I couldn't get my own name.
What the hell? Somebody else has your name? Are they really named Andy Merrill? That's other.
There's a Brak on Twitter too that I hope that I know people. No, it's at A Merrill 2, AMER. It's hard to spell your name when it's at AMERRILL 2. That's on Twitter. But there is a Brak on Twitter who I wrote to him a long time ago saying, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't fucking care.
Is he writing his own stuff or quoting
Yeah, he's
from the
writing
show?
his stuff as Brak.
Okay.
That bothers me a little bit still, but I think it bothers me more that he has more followers than I do. But people who are my followers know that I'm not the fraudulent Andy Merrill.
Right.
I'm sure it's the Andy Merrill who makes boats or is a police officer. Did you ever Google yourself online?
Yeah. There are 2 or 3 or 4 other guys my name and age. Same name and age. I never expected.
I found a gravestone.
Okay, no, that's fucking
And it didn't say Andrew Merrill. It said Andy Merrill. And the guy died in 1972.
Uh-huh.
So I keep saying I had that on my Facebook page for a while. I said, wow, I've been dead for like 30 years. I must be a zombie. But it's great. It just says Andy Merrill.
That's awesome. No special quote about him.
No special quote. Just Andy Merrill. Died 1972.
That's depressing. But fun.
Yeah, I died when I was 6, I guess.
Well, thank you for doing this, for one.
Well, thank you for asking.
And for picking one of my favorite albums of all time, because I love
It's a great album.
It's so good.
But listening to this podcast, it probably wasn't that much of an influence on me as everything else was, but that's an album that sticks out in my head.
Yeah,
and
of course.
If anybody asked if I did recommend a comedy album, and they'd say, here's this list of comedy albums, that would be one of them. No,
That's the
that
same
would
thing.
be the first one I probably would tell people to listen to.
I've had people put me in a corner and ask me what my favorite is, and it changes every time. So it's like it's impossible to pick for me.
I have a lot, and I'll talk about a lot, but usually that's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, me too. That's why it's on my wall in my office. It is not clean enough to record it. Well, thank you for doing this, obviously. And thank you guys for listening. And as always, have a good thing. Comedy on Vinyl is a production of Stolen Dress Entertainment. It is produced by Mike Warden and is hosted and edited by Jason Klamm. Our theme song was composed and performed by Richard Levinson. Please visit stolendress.com to listen to our other podcasts, read our blogs, read our tweets, watch our videos, and read our books. Please subscribe on iTunes, and if you like us, give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. You can find us on facebook.com/comedyonvinyl, Twitter @comedyonvinyl, and find everything else at comedyonvinyl.com.